Law 42. Strike the head. Strike the head. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Okay, so pretty straight up, clear, easy to understand law here. Basically, strike whoever's in power. Okay, find out whoever's in power. Sometimes they're hidden in a group. Okay, strike them and their followers, their team, their goons, if you want to call them, if they're like in a mob or something, they'll scatter. Okay, so trouble often comes from a single source. Think about the leader of a gang or the leader of a mafia. The whole organization is ran by that person. Okay? All the trouble comes from that one person. So, you need to strategically be able to find that person, strike them. Now when I say strike, don't just think like hit or don't think like shoot. It could be, like a propaganda attack or anything like that. Strike them and their people will scatter. So, strike the troublemaker and his followers will scatter. When the tree falls, the monkeys scatter. So, that's plain and simple. Like, let's say there's a bunch of monkeys in a tree. You chop the tree down. Tree falls. The monkeys leave. Okay? If you don't want the monkeys there, you simply strike the tree down. Get the tree down. You don't sit there and try to get each monkey out. Just take the tree down. The monkeys are gone. Plain and simple. You seem more powerful. All your actions are effortless. So, the keys to power. Powerful people never waste time. And we talked about this in the previous law. We talked about, well, not in the previous law, the law before that. We talked about how powerful people measure everything. So, they measure what the cost of everything is. Beyond just money. So, money, time, energy, peace of mind, dignity. They measure everything. So, the powerful people, they're not wasting time. Okay? If someone's wasting time, they're not powerful because they don't have anything to do. They're just like, ugh. They don't have a purpose. Some of you might be in that situation right now. I feel like sometimes I'm in that situation. We all have that times where we're like, oh, we don't know what to do. But we need to find a purpose and we need to do something that's not wasting our time. Like filming a video. This is something that has the potential to grow big, and this is something that is very valuable to others, not just me, okay? It helps me out a lot. It helps me get better on camera. It helps me teach better. It helps me learn these laws better. But it's also great for you, okay? If you take it seriously. So, Dr. Milton, a famous psychologist, found out, let's say, if a family member is acting one way, like, the rest of the family usually acts that way. So, it's usually like the main family member. It could be a dad or it could be a mom. Whoever has the most power, the most control, the most influence, they radiate outward, okay? They infect other people. They influence other people. And the whole family tends to act like them, okay? So that was a very big discovery. That's why usually they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So kids, a lot of them end up like their parents unless they're able to break out of that like energy field, unless they're able to break out of that way of thinking. You and whoever else will become just like the most powerful person in your family or the person that you like the most. So there might be someone that is more powerful in the family. You might follow the path of the person you like more. It just kind of depends. So remember that. Understanding who controls the group dynamics is a crucial realization. So finding the person that controls the group dynamics and working on them, influencing them, appealing to their self-interest is going to be best for you, because once you gain control of them, you can gain control of the whole group. So you have to listen, you have to look, you've got to put things together when you're seeing a group conversate and communicate, and that way you can be like, okay, this is the leader, this is the person that's making the decision. And this is a simple like thing that you can picture. Let's say you're out at a club and you see a group of girls and you want to take them back to your hotel, or you want to take them to a different club. There's most likely one person that's making the decisions. Like, you can call it the alpha. There's one girl on there that's making the decision. So if you want them all to go, or if you want to take one of them, you have to get the approval of the alpha, because the friends are under the power, under the influence of that certain person. It could be that that person drove. It could be that that person has the hotel room. They don't want to offend them. They don't want to lose their ride. They don't want to lose their place to sleep. Okay, you got to find out who controls group dynamics, get their approval, show self-interest to them, and then you can control the whole group, as opposed to like trying to just get the approval of a weaker person when the person above them is going to be like, oh no, they can't go with you. No, we got to get back to our hotel, or we got to get back, we're staying here at this club, okay? So that's just a little example that is a real world example of the nightlife scene, the club scene, or game scene, okay? You can use these laws of power not only in, like, you can use them in politics, in court, you can use them at any social interaction, you can use them games, so trying to get girls. So it's kind of like seduction and power are like this, okay? Even in this book, we talk about seduction, okay? So seduction is almost it's the feminine form of warfare, so it's a soft power. It's a very finesse power. It's not like, it's like magical, okay? So people that stir up trouble, people that like to control people, they thrive in groups because they have all these people they can control. They have all these people that they can use to further advance their mission, if it's trouble or if it's not trouble, okay? They're going to be in the group. Presence and appearance have great importance in the game of power. So to seduce in the beginning, you need to be constantly seen. This is something I read in this chapter that doesn't necessarily go along with strike the head, or strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. I just wrote it down because I like it. So if you're trying to seduce someone, you're trying to gain power, especially in the beginning, you need to be seen a lot. If you're not seen enough, people are just going to forget about you. So you need to make yourself seen. You need to get their attention a lot, especially in the beginning of the seduction. Isolated, powerful people can be taken control of and used. So we talked about this in another law. Don't build castles and keep yourself in it. Don't build fortresses and keep yourself in it, because isolation is dangerous. It cuts you off from the information of the outside world. And like I said, with the internet nowadays, it's a little bit different because you can be in your house and get all the information, but it's like, who even knows what information is true? You need to get out there and see what's going on. See how the word in the street's moving, so to speak. So if you see someone that has power and they're isolated, they're easier to trick with this information or even credible information, okay? So if you can find someone that's very powerful and also very isolated, you may be able to take advantage of them. And that seems kind of harsh. You can frame it as partnering with them, using their influence. You can think of it in a few different ways, and the way I say like take advantage is because in the 48 Laws of Power and even in the Art of Seduction, and I'm talking about that a little bit because after you've seen all these, after I'm done with this, I'm going to make a video series on the Art of Seduction, because I feel like all those ideas and me telling that to the camera, to you, will better myself, better my social game, added on to these that are in my head already, okay? So the reversal is any harm you do to a man should be done in such a way that you need not fear his revenge. Okay, so striking the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. So striking the head, striking the leader. If you're going to strike them and you're going to do some kind of harm, maybe it's like you hurt them bodily, maybe it's you take money from them, maybe it's you take advantage of them. If you're gonna hurt them, do it in such a way, like a slick, smooth, finesse way, to where you don't have to worry about a revenge. Because you don't, and this goes along, you also don't want to offend the wrong person, okay? So choose the right victim, choose the right target, and then once you find that right target, run your game, run your strategy in the correct way, so that they are not left feeling very angry and seeking revenge, okay? Because like I said, it could be someone that doesn't even have power, but they have nothing to lose, so they're like, you know what, this person did this to me, I'm going to make it my life's mission to get them. You don't want to offend that type of person, so make sure that if you attack someone, you take them out totally, you render them defenseless, and you take them out so bad that they cannot attack you in the future. Therefore, you don't have to worry about them getting revenge, because if someone can take revenge on you, you might have to worry about that for the rest of your life, and you don't want that worry, okay? So, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video, get notified, and make sure you're following Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. So, basically that means strike the leader, take the leader out, and all the followers will scatter.